Hey Ting, how are ya?
Okay. How about you?
Good.
Uh,
So to start off, I'm recording. Could you tell me about your encounter with Charles Manson and talk about your tour with the Beach Boys?
well, yeah, I was going to start with the Beach Boys tour because that's how it all happened. Um, touring across the country with the Beach Boys. We were in Chicago, and they couldn't find Denny Wilson, the drummer.
Hmm.
And so we said, we think we know where he's at. And, we went to this part of Chicago called Old Town, found him there. Took him back to the concert hall, and everything was cool. But he kind of made friends with us after that. And so as the tour progressed all the way to San Diego, we hung out with him a lot. And so at the end of the tour to San Diego, he invited the drummer, Mike, and me to stay at his house for like 2 weeks. We said, sure, so we had an RV, so we drove up to LA and the directions he gave us and everything. And here he was staying at Will Rogers' log cabin in Will Rogers State Park. But anyhow, we got there and, knocked on the door and he let us in. And so we're talking a little bit, and then these strange women came into the room. They really looked like they were spaced out. And so, I'm looking at Mike and thinking, wow, this is getting kind of weird. And then this little guy walks into the room, and we sit down and start talking, and he was kind of freaking me out because everything we talked about was, they were pigs and they should be killed. And I was like, this guy is really, he's really strange. So I'm telling Mike, I can't stay here. He said, yeah, me either. So we told Denny that we had forgotten we had to meet with our producer at his house and that we'll be back. We never went back. We headed straight for Ohio from Denny Wilson's house. And so time passes and the killings happen with Sharon Tate and LaBianca's. And finally they caught him. And then the pictures were in the paper. And there he was, and those girls. I was sitting there talking to Charles Manson, and he was scaring the death out of me.
Did Dennis say where any of these people came from?
Well, I asked him, who are all these people? He said, I don't know. They just showed up here one day, and they've been living here. So, because he was deep into drugs too, so he was messed up most of the time.
Do you know what month in 1968 this would have been when you went to Dennis Wilson's cabin?
I'm thinking it was like July or August in that area in 1968.
Okay. Did you see anyone else there of interest when you were there at the cabin?
No, just Denny and Manson and his girls and me and Mike, and that was it. And then, like I said, me and Mike, we got out of there fast. Yes, he was spooky. I really thought I might wake up with a knife sticking out of my head or something. I just, and when I saw his picture in the paper after those murders, that was the first time in my life I made a good decision, deciding not to stay there.
Yeah,
I don't know what would have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was spooky.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to stop recording right there. August 25th, 2023.